wanna look like a sucker. Just take a little, that spot can be got rid of. Just take a chance of trousers and mood enhancers.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to Flip It TV. I'm Daly and I'm here in Baker Place with Sound System Breakdown. Hey guys, welcome to Limerick. How are you?
Oh good, thanks. Very good, thank you.
So we've got Rob, Richie and Adam. Adam and Richie. Yeah, cool.
It's okay then.
How are you anyway?
Not too bad, yeah. A tiring drive down. The car's never been so packed up as it was driving down to here.
You must have an awful lot of gear actually.
We do, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, we were almost thinking of leaving Adam behind.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Better off. And so Rob, I believe you started up the band yourself about 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Did you get lonely, was it?
I did a bit, yeah. Well, there's only so much, like, you know, I was kind of trying to do the whole one-man band thing, you know, but obviously it's more interesting for myself and for the audience as well, not to have stuff pre-programmed and tracked out and stuff like that.
There's only a certain amount of things you can strap onto your back and all.
Yeah.
It just gets to the point we need other people to help you carry stuff. So that's all. Basically, we're just lifters.
Yeah.
Oh really?
Yeah, no, who can tune guitars and that kind of thing.
Good looking lifters though. No worries. So what's the backstory anyway?
Well, just I've always been very interested in, all of us have been very interested in like the electronic side of stuff as well as the band stuff. So I would have started out playing instruments and, you know, piano and guitar, and then gradually started kind of, you know, experimenting with loops and samples and stuff like that. And kind of drifting from one side into the other or whatever. So Sound System Breakdown is supposed to be just, you know, trying to meld the two together and find a happy medium.
Cool. And what's your own musical backgrounds then?
I would have grown up listening to more rock. The electronic side of things would have been Peter Gabriel, Nine Inch Nails, The Knife, things of that.
Okay.
That vein. Being from the States, very few people would listen to any electronic music, so it was quite refreshing to move over to Europe and have people around me that could appreciate that kind of thing. So.
Where are you from?
Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Okay.
Pretty much so.
And me?
Yeah. Go for it.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I've been playing music for years. I've been in plenty of rock bands and that kind of thing.
Any notable rock bands that we should know of?
I don't want to say any names. But I've been in like...
We're all friends here, it's good.
No, it's okay. I don't want to drop names. And we've been, like I've been recording stuff for years, you know, and doing an awful lot of stuff on my own, experiment with different kind of sounds and stuff. So hooked up with Rob a few years ago and just kind of hit the ground running, basically. You know, just kind of trying to fuse the live band feel of electronic music,
yeah.
You know, and kind of give it a more human kind of element, you know. Cool. So it's really, really good to be working with people who are on the same page musically.
So you're all on the same level then?
Yeah.
Cool. And how do you go about writing your tunes? I'm going to call them tunes because that's what they are, really, isn't it?
Well, a lot of, like, more and more now we are kind of coming up with ideas in the studio. Mainly I would kind of take the ideas away and work on them and kind of write lyrics and stuff like that. But yeah, originally it was like, because I was playing for years by myself, I had a backlog of songs that were kind of nearly made up the whole first album. Yeah. Like there were stuff that we messed around with and jammed a bit. But mainly it was songs that were written before. But now doing second album, we've got about 11 songs or so put together, and it's
Did you
much
just say
more
a second album?
Second album. Yeah.
Oh, tell us about that actually.
Well, it's still at the demo stage. Well, it's good demo stage.
No, it's past the normal demo stage.
Yeah.
You know, just kind of sifting through and kind of seeing what works and kind of trying to get to play them live as opposed to just having a studio track. We kind of have to be able to play them as a band.
Yeah.
You know, and that was one of the things when I kind of joined the band. It was pretty much written. You know what I mean? There was like we still had stuff to do. You know, but you know, Rob kind of knew what he wanted and knew where everything was going after doing this thing for a few years. So now it's just trying to, you know,
like the first. We recorded the first album by ourselves, mainly in our studio.
It was all DIY, wasn't it?
It was, yeah, pretty much. And obviously, you know, we took a couple of days, you know, to my brother's a sound engineer, so he came down, he helped out. We also had, you know, a couple of days in proper studios to actually listen back and see what it really sounded like. So that was a real learning curve. But the second album was much a kind of a learning curve because we're like officially kind of a three-piece now working on this. So.
And is this album going to be produced in a studio this time around, or?
I don't know.
Same tact.
I don't know.
We're still not 100% sure about it. You know, I think the songs still have to fully find their form. You know, if it requires that we do go off to a studio and redo stuff and work things, we'll do it. You know, but like as much of it, you know, as it can be, it's going to be DIY ourselves. You know, we have our own space and, you know, free reign to
the quality of your self-titled album was absolutely amazing for like a home job, really.
Thanks
the last one it was, and it got really great reviews. On that level, like, it was such a varied album, to be honest. Like, you had like some real electro punchy kind of tunes, and then you go into something really mellow and like.
Well, we had the piano ballad.
The piano ballad. What was it called again?
Love's Only Chemicals.
Yeah, that's the one. Where do you feel like you fit in? What market?
I don't know. I guess, you know, all of us, like, you know, we don't listen to any particular type of music. You know, it's all from we pick and choose from everywhere.
I'd like to think we can appeal to a variety of people that would like a variety of genres. I've heard many people say I typically wouldn't listen to X, but I like your guys, and sometimes they're like you guys. So sometimes it'd be like I don't really listen to much stuff with any guitars in it at all, but I like your guys' stuff quite a bit. Or I don't listen to anything electronic, but I like your guys' stuff quite a bit. So I like to think we meet in the middle somewhere and bring people in from all different kind of audiences.
So what do you guys listen to?
I'm on an Elliott Smith kick at the moment.
Yeah. I don't know, actually, like, you know, there's been a lot of different influences for me on this album. I've been listening to a lot of kind of Mode Selector and Apparat, Trent Muller, you know, maybe kind of more atmospheric stuff, kind of slower stuff. The album itself is you know, taking ideas from that, I think, but you know, it's still quite pacey, you know, it's still quite dancey.
So I was just taking those elements and kind of making it organic and that kind of thing. Like we don't listen to one kind of music, and that's the thing. Like you're just trying to make it as, you know, you don't want to have it too schizophrenic and all over the place. You know, it's trying to find a happy medium with so much. You know.
But even those more melodic sounds, you could find elements of yourself in them as well. Like, so it's not like you were straying too far from the pack. So.
Well, like even that's like the piano ballad, like it still works as one of our tracks, you know, although it's not typically the sound that we have, you know. And even like for the new album, stuff we're playing, sometimes it's like, I don't know if this is going to fit what we're doing, you know. So we are experimenting with stuff that's not the norm for us even, you know. So there will be a couple of surprises on there as well, you know.
We look forward to that.
There was also songs we cut from the CD that we didn't think really fit with the sound, that we tried to have a whole album from start to finish that had kind of a theme or at least a sound to a certain extent. So certain songs really didn't make it. That's definitely the first time that's happened. Last album and anything we had kind of put together. It wasn't. It all matched. Whereas this time we were being a little bit more selective. And
that's another thing, actually. It must be kind of hard to pick your running order, especially with the variation that you have.
Yeah.
The track listing was an epic it wasn't an argument, but it was definitely a discussion. It was via text.
I didn't.
Was the band going to go back to one again?
I actually did.
This on your own. We're gone. I wouldn't get that far.
Yeah, no, but track listing is always something we focus on as a set list, and we try to keep the mood and pacing appropriate. And
well, that's the thing when you're trying to get people to dance. You know, that we hope to get people to dance at all our gigs. You know.
Yeah.
So
speaking of which, though, you've actually played some unplugged gigs as well, haven't you?
We did a couple. We did one on.
It wasn't a gig
session.
It was a session. It was more.
It's something that we struggle with. Yeah, we did like a kind of a video thing down in Fantastival, the festival that we played last year. We're playing in this year, which was interesting.
Yeah, very interesting.
That was the morning after kind of thing, wasn't it?
No, it was the first day we were there. For Richie, it was basically the fourth day of.
But yeah, no, we did do a gig. We did do a gig in Dublin that we filmed. That there's a video going around somewhere of us doing a full set acoustically. You know, because when the album was released, we did kind of work out a few we kind of thought, oh, maybe we might do some radio sessions, you know, and just bring 2 acoustic guitars down and a tambourine.
That was really how it started.
You know,
Are your
and
songs actually written for that purpose? Can they be
no,
played?
but the thing is, I think
We can. We found out that we found a way to do
Well,
it.
they're
Just
songs,
taking a
you know,
tambourine.
it's not
I
just
think a
dance
good song
music.
is a
There
good
song
song, you know, and I think there was about 5 or 6 songs at least on the last album that works just with acoustic guitars.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't think they would, you know, because they're quite dancey, but they do translate if you're
It's good
sitting
to know
there
you can
doing
do
a
that,
session.
I suppose, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because computers are more of an expectation than anything. Like, you just expect them to work, so it's
Sure, well,
handy to have the old acoustic at hand, I suppose.
And computers are not always our friends.
No, they're not meant to be, are they?
Breakdown, yeah.
Yeah. So last year was a pretty big year for you festival-wise. You played everything from Casapalooza to Knockenstocking.
Yeah,
What's the
Independence.
plan for this summer?
Well, hopefully going further afield. It all depends on you know how much of a reception we get from new material. We'd hope to have new material out before the big kind of choices get made for those festivals. So I think we did well in the festivals we played last year. So hopefully a few people
We do have a few openings for festivals now this year, which are not.
Anything you can tell us?
I don't know if there's anything confirmed, but like
we're playing Fantastical.
That's
We're playing
confirmed.
Fantastical again, which should be.
playing the main stage this time. We've got a nice slot on the main stage on Saturday night.
Late evening, so
that's pretty good. And there's a couple of others, but we can't say how just yet. And there's a few that we're hoping to get. So you don't want to jinx it, but just saying we're playing all these festivals, and it turns out we're playing nothing at all. So it's just trying to, it's just trying to get it.
Jinx it won't be presumptuous and say, oh, we're definitely playing this one. Whereas,
Yeah.
So guys, do you have any last words that you'd like to tell our Limerick Flip It TV audience?
We're very happy to be here in Limerick.
Yeah, this is our first gig in Limerick, so I'm looking forward to it. And the venue looks really cool and old school, so it's going to be pretty loud and stuff. So.
And where can we check you out and find your new music and everything?
If you do a search for us on Facebook, Facebook's probably where we
And I
keep in
think the
touch
album
with
is being
fans and stuff like
streamed
that.
on Bandcamp at the moment as well.
Yeah, if you go to soundsofsystembreakdown/bandcamp.com,
You can check out the full album.
or soundsofsystembreakdown.bandcamp.com. You can check out all our whole album and a couple of remixes by the likes of Channel 1.
Brilliant.
And I think there's a few free downloads on there as well. You can jam on.
Excellent. We all love something free.
Exactly, yeah.
Fantastic. Guys, it's been absolutely lovely talking to you, and
Thanks
best
very
of luck
much.
with everything in the future.
Thank
Thanks
you.
very much
See
for
you
having
later.
us. See you.